So the idea of binomial simply means that we've got two states of the world. So I'm starting with my current stock price, and I'm assuming that over one period, that could be, let's say, 1 year, the stock price will either go up or down. It cannot stay the same over 1 year because that would, of course, be a trinomial model. Thankfully, we don't need to worry about those for CFA Level 2 or Level 3 for that matter. So the stock price can either go up or down. And if it goes up, we essentially take the stock price today and multiply by what's known as the up factor. Think of the up factor as 1 plus the percentage increase that we have assumed, and that's how we get S plus. And if the stock price declines, then we multiply by the down factor to get S minus, and the down factor is simply 1 minus the percentage decline that we are assuming in that stock price. Okay, but what do we do once we've got S plus and S minus? Well, I'm glad you asked. We can value, let's say, a call option. So the call value in the up state of the world, or C plus, will be the greater of 0 and S plus minus X. So remember, with the call option, I walk away if it's out of the money, hence the floor is 0. But if it's in the money, then it pays the difference between the stock price, which I get, and the strike, which I pay. And in the bottom state of the world, C minus will be the greater of 0 and S minus minus X. So that's how we would value the option if it is a call. Very quick note here, if it is a put, remember the intrinsic value of a put will be the greater of 0 and X minus S. So we can, of course, modify all that for a put option. So now we've got the payoffs C plus and C minus, but as you know from probability theory, we need to probability weight those payoffs before we then eventually discount them. So drum roll, please, guys, because here comes a very, very important formula you need to memorize. I call it the Friday formula because I always recommend candidates look at it the day before the exam. Why Friday? Because in the olden days, the exam was always on a Saturday. So if you ever hear me say Friday formula, just means look at it the day before the exam. Key point, very, very key point, we do not use the actual probabilities. So we don't care what you estimate. We don't care what your friend estimates or what the market estimates about the probabilities of stock moving up or down. We are basing it on a model. And so these probabilities are known as risk-neutral probabilities. In a nutshell, what risk neutrality means, well, it kind of means what it says. It implies that investors do not care about risk. They're neutral to risk, and therefore they're sort of assuming that the stock is going to be growing at the risk-free rate. So it's ignoring the actual true risk of the stock. So how do I get this risk-neutral probability? We denote it as pi u, and we calculate it as 1 plus the risk-free rate minus the down factor over up factor minus down factor. You can see here the up factor and the down factor. Obviously, they would have also given you a risk-free rate. So that's pi u. That's the probability of the stock making an up move. Pi d, of course, is simply 1 minus pi u. Yeah, they're mutually exclusive, exhaustive events. And so to finish the computation, how would I get the call price today? I'm simply going to go pi u times C plus. Okay, I'm weighting the call value in the upside of the world by the appropriate probability, and then take pi d times C minus, and then because that's an expected payoff at the end of the period, I want to discount back once to today to get the value of the call option today. All right, let's begin applying this to some numbers. Construct a one-period binomial model based on the following data and use it to value one-period European call and put option. So we need to value both. Verify your results via the beloved put-call parity theorem that you may remember from level 1. So let's start. It's a 1-period tree, so not too difficult. The current stock price is 100. We can see the up factor is 1.25. That implies that should the stock price decide to increase, it will go up by 25%. That means it will go up to 125. Should it decide, however, to go down, it will also go down by 25%, and therefore the price will be 75. Notice here the exercise price is 110, so C plus is 125 minus 110, which is giving me $15. C minus will be the greater between 0 and S minus X. You can see here that it wouldn't be profitable to pay 110 to get 75. So the option is out of the money. Next, let's calculate the risk-neutral probability. So pi u, as we said, is 1 plus the risk-free rate minus the down factor over up minus the down factor. You can see the risk-free rate is 7, so 1 plus 7, 1.07 minus the down factor of 0.75 over the up factor of 125 minus the down factor should give me the probability of an up move as 64%. So the probability of a down move will therefore be 1 minus 64%, or 36%. Okay, so here I've got chance 64% of getting 15. Here I've got chance 36% of getting a 0. And I should be now ready to complete the computation. The value of the call today will be, there's a 64% chance of getting $15. There is 36% chance of getting a 0, because that second part you could omit. And then I am discounting that back at the risk-free rate for 1 period, and that should give me the value of the call option as 8.97. Okay, let's do it one more time for the put. I've copied the binomial tree. S plus and S minus won't change, and the risk-neutral probabilities won't change. The only thing that will change is the put value in the up and down states of the world. Well, in the up state of the world, I will have to deliver the stock worth 125 and get 110. That gives me an option that's worthless or out of the money. In the down state of the world, I'll be getting the difference between the strike and the stock price, and that's going to be $35. So once again, I've got 64% chance of getting nothing and 36% chance of getting 35. So the put value today is really 64% chance of getting nothing, 36% chance of getting 35, and don't forget to discount that back, please, at 7%. That's going to give me the value of the put option as 1178.